Hello, Leo. This is your reading for April. These are general. Take what works, and what doesn't work just doesn't work. But let's see what the cards have to say for you. First up, you have the Four of Swords. Then you have the Four of Pentacles. You have the Ten of Swords. In your challenge for the month is the Eight of Swords reversed. And what is recommended for you is the Knight of Cups. I think whatever has been going on in your past, it really wore you out. So I think that you're kind of in a state right now where you might be taking a little bit of a break. You might have been super worn out. You're just super exhausted by something. You're taking a break, or you're experiencing right now a period of calm. But I always see this as calm after the storm. I usually get this card after a lot of extremely hard work, after I've been going through the ringer with something. And it's just a moment where it's like, okay, I just need to sail for a little bit. I need to coast, and I just need to kind of just maybe disconnect from certain things, or just relax, just take some time. But I think what you're going to have to really face this month is not allowing yourself to get stuck. Because I think whatever's been going on, I think you've been really kind of put through it. And I think now you might just be wanting to kind of hold on to what you have, or not really move forward as you're supposed to, because you might be like, okay, well, I just came from a disaster. I'm worried about the future. I just really want to stay in this moment, and I'm just going to kind of hold on to what I have. I'm just going to stay right here, because if I start branching out, or if I start doing things a different way, I don't really know how it's going to work. And I feel that I've just been through hell in something, or something has not gone 100% correctly for me, and I'm just in this moment. So I think you really need to watch that you're not remaining super stuck. I think it's okay to kind of take a pause for a little bit, because both these cards to me are like you're taking a pause. You're holding on to what you have. You're not really moving forward. You're just kind of like chilling. But this card brings up that anxiety feeling a little bit as well. The Four of Pentacles, this person is scared to lose what they have, so they just kind of hold on to it very tightly, and they're not really branching out, or they're not really taking risks. They're just trying to just hold on to what they have. But I think what's coming in for you by the end of the month, I think you're going to realize like the worst is over, because the Ten of Swords here is like you've been stabbed in the back, you went through the ringer, and what else can they do to you? Like, what else is next? The worst has happened. So I think by the end of the month, you're going to start to realize that what you have gone through, you've already gone through the worst of it, you know? Like, there might be some residue still here and there creeping in, but you've really you've experienced the worst of the situation, and now it's time to kind of heal and move forward. So I think this is very positive for you, because I think all of the BS is already kind of it's like over, and now it's clearing out. So that's great. But your challenge for the month is the Eight of Swords in reverse. Now, this can be a card of releasing limitations, because in the upright, it's about kind of limiting yourself. It's like you're self-limiting. This could be that you're putting self-imposed restrictions. But in the reverse, it could mean that you're in a phase now where you're ready to like release those restrictions. So I think that could indicate with the Four of Swords and the Four of Pentacles here that you're ready to kind of move forward and release any restrictions. But the challenge with this is that you don't want to be your worst self-critic. Like, you don't want to start criticizing or critiquing yourself to an extreme, because that's a challenge for this card when it's in the reverse. It's like you could be so nitpicky about the things you're going to do, or the way you want to do something, or you could be criticizing yourself, a lot of negative self-talk. And then that could keep you into this Four of Pentacles, this kind of stuck feeling. So that is something that you're going to have to probably deal with and try to overcome this month, or at least be aware. Like, if you have a little negative self-talk creeping into your brain, just try to, be aware it's happening and try to shift those thoughts out. I know, easier said than done, but it's still good advice. But what's recommended for you is the Knight of Cups. And this is about pursuing your passions, pursuing your dreams. So I think whatever you have been wanting to do, I think you need to pursue that. This could be something new that you haven't done before, but to me, this is a little bit of this energy of like picking up the pieces and moving forward, because I feel like you really have gone through the trenches with something, but I think it's over, even though there still might be some feelings, stuck to you, like fears, whatever it is. There might be some residue still with whatever had transpired before this, but I think like it's time for you to kind of pick up the pieces and start focusing on what do you want next? Like, what is your next goal? If it has to do with whatever situation has plagued you or not really been so wonderful, how can you make it better? Maybe this is saying, if that resonates with you, don't give up on your dream. You just have to come at it a little differently. So yeah, let's see what else the cards have to say for you. Okay, first up, we have Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. And I definitely think this is trying to say to you that even though you might be taking a break right now, you might be kind of trying to, I don't want to say soothe your soul, but try to regroup. You're taking a pause and you have this, because I feel like whatever was going on, it shook you a little bit, or if it was a kind of a real trying situation. So it might have you feeling, even with this challenge here, a lot of self-doubt, self-criticism, just feeling like you're not capable of achieving whatever this was, or that maybe something was your fault. But I think this is saying that you need to kind of get back on the horse. You need to kind of get back, take time to heal, but realize the worst is over, and now you need to kind of somehow pick up the pieces and move forward. So I think you just need to kind of, and reclaiming your power could really go with this Knight of Cups by reminding you to follow the positive in your life, follow your dreams, follow the things that are really good for you or make you happy. So I think that's extremely important. Now, Hematite, ground yourself. And I think this is really saying that if you are getting into this moment where you're having all these self-doubts and everything, and you have this fear, you just need to kind of ground yourself. Just take a moment and just really focus on what is going on around you, because sometimes these fears are not actually based in reality. I know I do that a lot. I kind of start having this anxiety. I start thinking all this craziness, and it's not actually based in reality. So if you are experiencing that with the self-criticism, you might have to figure out a way to kind of not do that. Ground yourself maybe by meditating or something. Try to clear your mind, or read positive affirmations. There's a lot of books, or listen to positive things on YouTube where it kind of helps shift you out of that energy and kind of helps you reclaim your power. It just helps you put yourself into a better mindset, because I feel like you might, this is also very worn out energy, because the Four of Swords is about kind of taking a break. And I often get this after I've had, a situation, and there's been a lot of turmoil. And the Four of Pentacles is a lot of this fear. And then the Ten of Swords, you've just gone through it. You're just worn out. So I feel like you guys are just worn out. So definitely take a minute, but start doing things, implementing things in your life that really make you happy. Because this Knight of Cups, he's really following his passion. He's following a dream. He's following his happiness. That's what he's doing. So I think you need to bring some of that happiness back into your daily activities. If not daily activities, at least like weekly activities. And then you have Twin Flames, yin yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, complement each other. So I think this is about bringing balance in. And this could also even be, if you have a situation that really complements you, or a person, I think you should focus on that as well. Because sometimes we're very good at certain things, but because we're good at it, we don't actually do it. But I think sometimes when we do things that we enjoy and we're actually good at, it kind of boosts your boost your self-worth a little bit because it comes naturally to you. So you're like, oh, look, I've done this and, it was easy for me and look how great it looks or something. So it might be something to help boost your energy a little bit or boost your self-confidence, because I feel like you're a little bit in the self-doubt, because you've gone through it. So I definitely think this is really, really good. But I think balance is extremely important for you right now as well. And retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So I definitely think taking a break from everything. I think you've kind of been taking a break from things, but there's nothing wrong with retreating. But as you retreat, do something that you're enjoying. Do something that kind of boosts your confidence and boosts your energy in a sense, because I think by the end of the month, you're going to start being ready to kind of move past this energy into something else. Because to me, this is saying it's done. You're ready for the next thing. You're ready to move on. Because after this, what else are they going to do to you? What else? There's nothing. So it's time to kind of start the next phase. So I think by the end of the month, you're really going to be in that position where you're going to be looking kind of more forward to the next phase of your life. So take some time to heal, but you got to get back on the horse. Like he's on his horse, Adjust your sails when the wind doesn't blow your way. And I think this is saying that you have to reclaim your power. I feel like things didn't go your way. Things were a mess, but it's time to just try to reconfigure certain aspects. And then doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. And this is the doubt right here. This card represents doubt, and this is your dreams here. So if you had a setback in something, don't doubt yourself. Sometimes you just have to reconfigure it. You have to come at it a different way. You have to think about it a little bit differently and try it again. And let's see what affirmation we have for you. Today I trust myself. Today I know that I will make the right decisions to maintain a happy and healthy life. And I think this is fantastic. And I think this is so important here, because I feel like with all this energy and with this doubt, you might not be trusting yourself, because this is energy of like, okay, I don't know what's going on. I got to hold on. I got to take a break. I'm worn out. And, is anything else? Because sometimes with this 10 of Swords, it's almost like you've gone through the worst of it, but because it's been so bad, you have this fear of like, oh my God, what is next? Like, what else can happen? So I think in some of this shakes you. This makes you feel like, is this going to happen again? It kind of gives you that fear. And then with the 8 of Swords, with this self-doubt and everything, I think you need to just trust yourself. And I think sometimes you can gain that trust by doing things that you're good at and that work well for you, engaging in whatever activities that is. And that gives you your confidence back, because I think your confidence has really been shaken. And I think you really need to somehow start picking up the pieces, start maybe gluing things back together again, and just start trying to move forward. And let's see what Bob Ross has to say for you today. Painting will bring a lot of good thoughts to your heart. So he's saying, engage in activities that really make you happy or that you enjoy. Even if it's going for a walk. Sometimes, just taking a walk, seeing the nature, depending on where you live, or seeing structures or whatever it is, it could be healing. Occasionally when we meet people along the way, you hear stories. Sometimes people, are chatty and you kind of talk to them and they tell you a really great story and it kind of makes you happy, or it uplifts you in some kind of way. Or somebody might just randomly smile at you very nicely and it just makes you feel a little bit better. So I think you just need to kind of engage in things that are healing to you. And let's see what spirit of the dish you will have this month. Meat. Okay, the Islander, which is the spirit of the spam or the canned meat. For your dinner and a movie, you have action films and Mexican food. And the energies that you either need to tap into or be aware of is Aries. And this is about kind of that energy, initiative, and they're a little temperamental. But you might be feeling depleted. And I think you may still be feeling depleted pretty much through the month. But I think more towards the end of the month, you're probably going to be ready to get, things going again. So I think you're going to be going through this healing phase, because you also have Cancer here, which is about emotions and habits. So I think you might be dealing with certain emotions. Maybe there's certain bad habits that you have that aren't good, or certain habits that you need to start participating in or engaging in to help you shift out of this energy, to kind of help you gain your confidence back. So I definitely think those are very fitting for you. And you have 2 Venuses, and this is about love, money, and powers of attraction. So I think you just need to bring a lot of love back into your heart and into your life. And I think that's good, really good for everybody. It kind of makes you happy. So even if it's spending time with loved ones or doing things you loved, it's always a good thing. And you have the 4th house, which represents the home, intuition, parenting, and children. And you have the 9th house, which represents higher education, growth, expansion, religion, and philosophy. You have number 4 here, which is an even number. So that means the special guest that will be answering your question for the month will be Mr. Predicto. He shall be out here shortly. So think of those questions, Leo. You have F, O, A, G, R, 8, 6, 7. And you have Dream. And because you just got Dream now and you have the Knight of Cups, I think this is saying that you really need to not give up on your dreams or just shift certain things in a different kind of way, but continue on proceeding forward. And let's see what little charmy we get for you. Okay, so you got 2. So you have the fish, the boned fish, and you have the apple. Now, this guy, I forgot what I named him. I named him Nemo, I think. So Nemo here, he has had a really rough day. He had these buzzards that came and these seagulls and whatever else, and they picked him clean. They ripped the flesh off his body and they left him bare, just bones. But I like to think positive, and I think he's going to resurrect himself just by sheer will alone, and he's going to start regrowing all the meat and the flesh, but he's going to grow much stronger. He's going to have like really thick skin, and he's going to get some armor, and he's going to be ready next time. He's going to have like a whole setup. So when the birds come back again, he's ready for them. So I think this is saying that, you know, sometimes we get stripped down to the foundation. Things crumble. You feel like you have nothing left. You feel exposed. You just feel things have not gone well. But you can rebuild, and you will rebuild. And when you do rebuild, you got to come back really strong. You got to come back thicker skin, and you got to come back a little wiser and a little bit more tougher next time. So I definitely think Nemo is here to tell you that you're not dead yet. You can keep going. And then you also have the apple. And I really think the apple here, the apple's a very refreshing fruit. At least I find them refreshing. It's super crisp too. But I think this is saying that there might be something else that you can learn, and being able to kind of move forward in a different direction. So there might be something that you can do differently, or you can learn about, that's going to actually benefit you going forward. And you know what? I really feel like it's saying that you just have to stay crispy. Like, don't go stale and soggy. You know, you might be feeling stale and soggy now, but you got to just come back a little crispy. You got to come get your crisp back. You got to get your little tang back, a little pep in the step, you know, your color back. So come back vibrant, come back crispy, you know, and just... And, you know, apples, they kind of, when they fall off the tree or get picked off the tree, they last a long time, you know, depending on, like, the apple. But they're a fruit that doesn't just decay right away. So I think this is saying that you're not a decayed fruit. You know, you're a fruit that's able to kind of sustain a very long time. So take that how you will. Okay, Leos, after I was putting everything away, I realized you also got this little bow tie. It was hiding. It jumped out and it was kind of hiding behind something, and I didn't see it. So I really think this is saying that you have to fake it till you make it. Sometimes you just got to put a little sparkly bow tie on, or like just do yourself up or do something nice for yourself to make you feel more confident. So this is what I'm getting. Even if you feel like things are a mess, you might feel like a mess yourself, do something nice for yourself. You know, put on your favorite outfit, get your hair done, do something nice for yourself to help shift you out of any kind of funk that you may be experiencing. Because sometimes when you fake it till you make it, you actually start stepping into the energy that you want. So I think this is saying just like, you know what? You might be a hot mess, but just put on your little metaphorical sparkly bow tie on and just get it done. So I think that's great. Okay, now it is time, Leos. We're going to bring our special guest out. Here he is. Okay, Leos, think of your question and let us ask. Oh, Mr. Predicto, the most accurate prediction device that's ever run off of batteries. What is the answer to Leo's question?
The answer cannot be found at this moment.
Okay, so he said the answer cannot be found at this moment. I feel like whatever your question was, there's too many things still up in the air. There's probably a lot of things that you maybe can do to help push the answer or the final outcome in a certain direction. So, yeah. Basically, he doesn't know. That's what he's saying. Okay, Leos. But, at the end of the day, he's a man of many words, and these were the words he chose to speak here today. So we have to respect that. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful month, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.